Hi, my name's Michelle. I'm a general manager. We used to use QuickBooks Desktop Pro, and then we switched to QuickBooks Online Advanced. For more reviews like this, quick bullet. We use QuickBooks for our bookkeeping, accounting. We're a nonprofit, so we have to keep track of a lot of grants and do fund accounting for that. So that helps us do, keep track of where our payments are going for that. We issue payments to contractors and things like that. At one point, we were using it for payroll. We don't do that anymore. And so, of course, just keeping track of doing that. And then, of course, we use it for our, monthly financials, doing reports for our board, who has our financial oversight. And those are the main business problems that it helps us solve. QuickBooks Online Advanced has really helped us. I do all of our bookkeeping and doing all our financial reports, but we do have a CPA that kind of helps us, does our 990, our tax form at the end of the year, and is there for some of the more advanced questions. And they can, log in and do that with me while I'm doing that. They can, really do that side by side. And so that's a really nice feature. We can have a lot of users in there at the same time. We don't usually log in all at the same time, but so we can have a lot of users, and we can really do that. There's a lot of ways that we can segment our funds, I guess is a good way to say it. So we do a lot of grant accounting, and so it has reduced some of, not all, but keeping multiple spreadsheets to be able to allocate funds when we're buying things or doing payroll, so that we can really keep track of all the stuff that we spend when we have a grant, so that it's really easy to really regularly run reports so that we know how far we are on a grant, do invoices towards things. So that has been really helpful for us. Desktop Pro solved a lot of problems for us. Like most accounting softwares, it was a robust system that helped us organize all of our accounting instead of doing things in spreadsheets or having it across multiple platforms. We were able to do payroll and do things, track our spending, run reports, and do all those things in a really systematic way. We transitioned to Online Advanced from Desktop Pro, so that was a relatively easy process. We had to, download a file and upload a file. That went relatively easy. It was pretty fast. We did have to get a little bit of support from Intuit, but they helped us do that. Everything was there. It took a few things to change, but it was, there was no major, nothing stopped in our company because we did that. We're relatively small. I don't know if we were really big, if there would have been issues, but there was no adjustments to our chart of accounts or anything like that that needed to happen. Everything was there for us. So we were able to just keep going. For Desktop Pro, getting started with that, so kind of the same thing. We did have to set up your chart of accounts, depending upon if you were transitioning from another software system or anything like that. So it really depends on kind of like how big your company is or that, but really setting up your functional expenses and doing that. So there's a little bit of time involved, but again, it really does help you organize your spending and keeping track of your income and expenses. So not that much time involved really, other than if you have those things already and know what your chart of accounts is, but a little bit, but not too much, in doing your classes and things like that. But it is relatively doing your tax and all that. So it depends on what, I take that back, it depends on how much of the functions you're using. If you're using the payroll function, if you're using all those things, it kind of depends, but there's not a huge time investment involved. When I'm looking for software, for financial software, I'm definitely looking at what type of time investment am I doing every month? So for me personally, I have other duties besides just finances, so I need to know that I'm able to get in there, do what I need to do, and that it's going to be accurate, that I can make changes. So, most of them you can, but what do we need to do that? Like I said, we do have an accountant, so I need to be sure that I don't have to have accountant approval or something like that. I like to see what other types of software add-ons there are. So we have a lot of integrations. So we have a donor database, we have a registration system, we have other things. So I need to make sure that those integrate with that. So again, I'm trying to spend the least time possible actually doing data entry and actually being able to do the accounting. So I like to make sure that those things integrate with that. That it's secure. So we have our, so for example, for online, we have our bank account and our credit card connected to that so that those bank feeds just update to it. So I want to know that the product is secure. And then customer service. So there are times when things happen, when stuff isn't working. And so if I do need to contact them, I need to know that I'm not going to be on hold for 2 hours, or that there is some sort of database of questions that I can get to and figure out how to do something. So that is something that I have found to be helpful. That Intuit does have. I've only had a couple problems, and I've usually gotten pretty quick service. So those are things that I look at.